It has always been an issue for the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit to catch drug recruiters who hire drug mules to traffic drugs through Guyana's ports of entry. According to Deputy Head of Kanu Leslie Ramlal, this is nothing new to the unit, as for years, convicted drug mules have always been reluctant to testify against their recruiters. And despite a recent arrest warrant issued for Winston Carton called Chief Mike, who was accused by the authorities for recruiting a woman who was caught with drugs attached to her thighs, Ramlal provided an update to the media as to what happened following the issuance of the bulletin.
The challenge we had with that case is where the woman initially, after she would have been identified who was her recruiter and gave us all information, she was reluctant to testify against him in court. And so we could not have proceeded well. And that's one of the challenges we were having. She was not the only person, but several other mules that we were arrested within the last 2 years, we've encountered that challenge as well, where they are not prepared to testify against their recruiters.
Among the problems that could impact the issues Kanu face with convicted drug recruiters is an existing legislation or program to protect main witnesses that could help prosecute recruiters.
Yes, it's something that I'm sure that Minister will look at, and we've been looking at it as well.
For the conviction of drug recruiters and drug bosses, there is always the question of what happens with their assets while serving time in prison. Mr. Ramlal stated that an interagency approach has yielded much success.
We've so far gotten 2 vehicles out of the court system that were forfeited to the government of Guyana, and so we continue to aggressively go down that road. So it's not only about seizing of narcotics and prosecuting the traffickers, but also going after their assets. Of course, you would appreciate that a lot of times money laundering is also involved in this, and that's why we're working with the other agencies, and hopefully at some point we could have that level of cooperation so that you have this interagency approach that will really go after the traffickers and take away from the profit margin, as the Minister alluded to.
Javon Vickery, HGP 90 News.